Good morning, treasure finders. Welcome to my channel. This is my first beach hunt of 2023. I'm super excited. It's only 29 degrees right now here in Michigan. If you don't know, I live in Michigan, and it's supposed to be up near 40 today. The winds are going to be down. Normally, so 40 degrees is an interesting temperature. If you live on the West Coast, my son lives in California, born and raised in Michigan, but he's fully acclimated to California. And if you asked him, 40 degrees is cold no matter what. In Michigan, if you live in the Midwest, if you asked me in September or October, November, if 40 degrees was cold, I would say yes, it's freezing. Because that's the first time, since all summer that it would have been 40 degrees, so it would feel freezing. But in the spring, it's not quite spring, it's only early February, 40 degrees is a big break in the weather. So I'm hoping that the beach is a little less frozen. I'm hoping there's going to be some rocks. I drove south today. I'm back down in South Haven. I've only been here the one time, and the last video I did on South Haven I did with my girlfriend Marnie, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it here. So today I actually have 3 beaches that I'm going to try to hit today. Depending on, how this goes with the ice and snowpack down at the beach, it could be a bust. I'm hoping not. And this first beach that I'm at is called Pilgrim Haven Natural Area, and never been here. And the next place I'm going is Van Buren State Park, and then I'm going to Deer Lake Creek. And of the research that I've done, people say that this area is one of the top places to go rock picking and beachcombing in Michigan. Is that true? I don't know. I am team Northern Michigan, and so this is Southern Michigan, and so we'll see. I can't wait to see the differences, but supposedly this is a great place to beachcomb. No one has ever said it's great to beachcomb here in February, but I'm just so anxious to get out. It's been so long since I've been to the beach, and I had COVID almost the whole month of January, and it was absolutely terrible. So I'm just excited to be out here. It's about 9:30 in the morning, and it's 29 degrees. So it might be a little chilly here first thing, but hoping as the day goes along, it will be a little bit better. And so let's go. I'm gonna grab my scooper, I'm gonna grab my bucket, and let's go see what we can find. Okay, so I'm bringing my scooper today, just in case. I have my rubber boots in the back of the car. Right now I've got my hiking boots on because there's a lot of ice and snow that I can see, looks like over there on the way to the beach. So we're gonna start here. I can always come back and change. So I'm not going to be able to get out to the water. That could be dangerous. I don't think I'm going to get out to the water, but that's okay. Wow. This is beautiful. Oh, wow. These rocks are huge. Look at this. Look at this. So this area out here is where I'm not gonna go. You can see just up here is where the waves are coming in, but this is all ice and probably not at all stable right now. So way down the beach, there's a person right there, bent over, picking rocks. So this is beautiful. The rocks are way bigger than I thought here. So I'm gonna just kind of see what I can find. Try not to kill myself on these big rocks. So pretty with the frost on the rocks. I see there's a lot of this sort of cement-like conglomerate stuff up here. I'm thinking I'm going to be able to find some crinoid fossils. I probably, you know, I'm not going to dig into these big deep piles of rocks. Kind of stay along the edge and see. I just can't get over how beautiful this is. Very carefully stepping on these rocks. I saw this piece right here, and I did hear that there was slag down here, kind of like the Leland Blues. It's hard to tell. It's really frozen, like if this is blue, but it looks a lot like slag, so that's what I'm guessing it is. Probably not going to keep it because it's giant, but it's a good example of it. One of my strategies for finding cool things is to always, if there's a jetty like this, is to come up by the jetty, because, you know, things sort of they hit and then they get stuck. And I can see here there's some pretty cool driftwood here. I'm walking really, really gingerly because these rocks are just, they're like ice. But I like to pick around in what has come up by the jetty. I can see something sort of orange down there. I don't know if it's a toy or if it's a brick. That's a driftwood. I don't think I'm going to be grabbing any driftwood today, unless there's a really cool piece. But there's lots of driftwood down here. You can see. It'd be a good spot. If you like driftwood, this would be a good spot to come. So I'm doing this without my gloves on. I could be sorry. This is kind of cool. Look at that. It almost looks like a shell inside that rock. That's really cool. And then up here I can see, oh, it just fell. It's a piece of slag. This is definitely a piece of slag like the Leland Blues. And then this rock here might be partially a Petoskey. It's not great, so I'm not going to keep it, but I'm kind of kicking these things back. I'm going to keep this one. This is kind of neat. So I'm going to do a little public service announcement here for safety along the lakeshore in the winter. This looks very enticing to go out there to check out where the waves are crashing, but I don't know technically where the beach ends and where the water starts, and all of those sort of mountainy things they're either just snow mounds, ice mounds, or they're ice caves. And I don't want to walk out there, especially by myself, and fall through anything, especially when temperatures are melting. It's just not a good idea. This is Mother Nature at its best here. And I'm not going to walk out there today. Like I said, it's super enticing to go out there, get a great photo or something, but it's not smart. So just public service announcement. The sun is starting to pop up above the hill here, and as it gets a little bit later, you can see the sun starting to reveal these rocks a little better. When I got here, they were all frozen, a light layer of frost on them. And over here, it might be trash. I pick up trash. There's some trash. Yeah. Ooh, look at that. Oh, the dum-dum is gone. Anyway, I pick up trash. I didn't bring a bag today, but I'm just throwing them in my bucket. I'm going to show you something I just saw. So I don't know what you think about this. Do you think this is part of a crinoid? Or do you think it's just some quartz? It's an interesting shape. It seems more quartzy to me, but it's a real interesting shape, and you can almost see like that right there. Kind of looks crinoid-ish, if that's a word. I don't know, let me know. Let me know what you think. So this is one of the types of rocks I was looking for today. This is a septarian, aka lightning stone. Really nice one. I found my first crinoid in a matrix, not an individual crinoid, but you see that? Don't see any others on here, but that's a nice one. Some more really nice crinoids. There, I'm probably not going to take that big piece, but really nice specimens in there. You can't see them as well there, but remember those crinoids are about 400 million years old. So that's pretty cool to find. Ooh, that's a nice piece of ceramic. Really cool. So as far as the variety here, variety of different types of stones, I give this beach an A+. Especially now that the sun is coming out and I can see all the different varieties. It's really amazing, the selection of varieties, but also sizes. You've got these really huge stones, and then you can tell over here there's a lot of smaller stones as well. So kind of whatever you're looking for. Tons of driftwood. Lots to choose from. Another septarian. These are a little bit frozen. That's a good one. Really good one. I just scooped this out of the water. Really neat. Oh, it is so cold. It's like a big chunk of ice. Woo. Might keep this one. This is really neat. Not super frosted. Haven't found too much glass today. Pretty though. You see it? Petoskey stone. I just found this rock here, which has a bunch of fossils embedded in several crinoids. It's a completely different matrix than what I normally see them in. Matrix, as I understand, is just basically the type of mineral or rock that it's in, but you can see them really clearly here. Well, that was really fun. I'm gonna take off now, say goodbye to this amazing place. Anyway, I highly recommend this location for rock hunting. I found a really cool variety of stones. I found not much glass, but this time of year I wouldn't expect to find much glass because it kind of rolls in with the waves and right now it's buried. But I will definitely be back as spring commences. Like I said, it's only February, so there's not much spring right now. I'm headed back to the car, and I'm going to go to my next destination, which is Van Buren State Park. Okay, I'm at stop number 2. This is Van Buren State Park, and I've never been here, so I assume I'm headed towards the beach. We'll see. Supposedly this has some great rocks too, but again, with the ice pack, it'll be interesting to see if there's anything that you can see. That was scary. I almost went down. That is the last thing I need. My mom just fell. She's in the hospital right now, broke her back. She didn't fall on the ice, but boy, oh boy, I do not want to fall on the ice. So I'm hoping I can find a little sand path on the way up here, because that is slippery. There's definitely a few people here hiking and probably rock hunting. I don't know if you can see that hole right there in that cave. You could step right through that. So, not gonna do it. I'm gonna pick around in these rocks along the edge here, and then I'm gonna maybe poke around up in those fallen trees for a little bit. In my last video, my girlfriend Marnie found what she thought was some Michigan silver, and I just looked down here. I haven't touched it yet, and I may have found a piece myself right here. I think, I don't know if it's aluminum. It doesn't feel like aluminum. It feels very heavy, but I don't know. There's a hole in it. What do you think? Does anyone know about silver? Nice piece of glass. See? Fossil. I think I definitely found some treasure here. See if I can get it with my shaky hands. Can you see it? I'll show it to you first. Down there. Actually, a gemstone of some kind. Look at that. I wonder if it's real. What are the odds? So you can see all of the erosion that's happened over the past few years. There's always erosion problems on Lake Michigan, but this past couple of years have been exceptionally rough. One thing that is kind of interesting, in the wintertime, the ice takes on some different shapes, and sometimes they call these like ice pancakes. Kind of circular. This is all ice underneath the sand. As far as you can see, ice pancakes. A lot of times they're out floating, like out here. You can kind of see some of the shapes. So this is Van Buren State Park, and this is also a really, really nice beach. And I'm guessing when all of this snow melts, there's just going to be a ton of rocks to pick through. There was some people even, they were panning for something. I don't know if they were panning for silver. I thought I heard the guy say gold. I'll have to do a little research on that. But I really enjoyed it here. I'm going to head to my last stop of the day, which is Deer Lick Creek. And we'll check it out. This has been such an amazing day. And I can't wait to show you my finds at the end. I'm at my last stop. I'm at Deer Lick Creek Park, and it's a pretty small parking lot, but I am the only one here. Yay! There is a porta potty here at the park. Every park that I've been to today does have one. And when I was getting out of my car, I just came and looked out over here, and Deer Lick Creek Park actually has a creek. So on with the tall boots. Thought I might need them today. For this stop, I might be able to wander across that creek, but in any case, looks like there's a lot of rocks down there. Ooh, there's a lot of rocks in general. This is kind of neat. And there's my future home over there. Not sure if you can see it in this light, but it's my future home. She says in jest, or I don't know, maybe this one here. Either one would be good. So this is a little teeny area of beach, it looks like. There's all this riprap over here, which likely went in a year or two ago because of the high waters. Could have been up longer than that, but riprap is kind of hard to get around. Now in the summertime, might be able to get around it because, you know, I don't know, you might have to be in the water a little bit, but anyway, I'm gonna check this out and I'll see if I can find anything. This is exactly why I bought these knee boots, because I can walk out here into this water. And I also have my handy dandy scooper. I think I found another piece of silver. Oh, is that water cold? Look at. I don't know. I don't know if it's aluminum. It's sure not soft. If anyone knows about the silver, I'll have to ask my friend Marnie. See what she thinks. I think this is slag right here. Look how pretty. Can you see how pretty that is? Look at that. It's really nice to be able to have some water over the rocks. Here's a septarian I can see. Oh, it's cold water. Really cold water. Oh, terrible. But look at that. Beautiful. Let's see how sparkly this is. See how sparkly? Here's another one of these pieces like I found earlier today. It's kind of rolled up. And I was wondering if it was crinoid. If anybody knows anything about crinoids, I just think it's interesting because these two pieces are almost the same. So if it were just a rock, I don't know. What do you think? There's a little perch down here. You can see him. Aw. Buddy, you gotta be cold. He's trying to swim upstream. Not making it very far. Gosh, you guys, look at this piece of beach glass that is just perfectly, oh, oops. So when you are beachcombing in Michigan, so this big mansion has big, massive signs here that say private beach, you know, can't walk by here. But if you read the fine print, it does tell you that you can walk along the shoreline, which I'm glad to see that it does say that, because you are allowed to walk along the shoreline in Michigan, whether or not people have these big mansions or not. As long as you don't sit on their rocks up there or put your beach towel right in front of their house, you can walk the beach. Now, the creek is running too high today, so I'm not going to go over there. I'd love to, but I'm gonna leave it be for today. I don't want to get swept away particularly. I wouldn't get swept away, but I would get really wet. So I've been having fun just picking around in this little creek part here, finding some glass and various things. So I'm just gonna hang out here for a little bit farther, and then I'm gonna wrap up my day and I'll show you my finds. Hey treasure finders, welcome to the trunk cam. I'm gonna try to get this filmed really quick. There's a bunch of people coming in and out of this area right now. There was nobody here when I got here, but there's all kinds of people here now. So just wanted to show you my finds from my 3 beaches today. And it was so fun, and I can't wait to come back here when some of the ice is melted, because I found so many neat things. Over here is that slag that I think is like the Leland Blues. Piece of quartz, just a, I don't know, fun little rock. I like interesting shaped rocks, I've said before. These are just some little things. This was on the beach like this. It's some sort of a tire, I think, but I don't know. Little spider ring. A couple of cool rocks over here. They're starting to dry out a little bit. Here's the silver that I think, so this looks the same as this. So please somebody weigh in on if they think that's silver or not. I picked this up because I just liked the shape of it. It was like a big shark's tooth, even though there's no sharks in the Great Lakes. A couple of heart-shaped rocks, sparkly rock, a bunch of ceramic, and then there's that little gem that I found right here. And who knows? I mean, what a needle in a haystack, right? Who knows if that's real? It could totally be fake, but I'll take it. Here is just a little bit of glass that I found, and some really cool fossils. Isn't that neat? Look at that. And then these are starting to dry up, but these are the crinoids. It's just people coming and going. Sorry about the slamming doors and cars starting. All these have crinoids in them, and then this piece had the crinoids and the septarian stones, which I think I already showed you. Oh, really cool fossils. This is a really interesting fossil. And some other ones here. Here's a nice Petoskey stone. So yeah, this was a really fun day with great finds. I can't wait to come back to these beaches. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and follow my channel, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to know when new content comes around. And I'll see you on the beach somewhere.